Well, they're not really nervous. In a way, they will treat all these noises as also a way of motivation. They might be the villains here, but I think they will be able to give up a very good fight. Welcome back to GosuPicks, a ranking and prediction series by Gosu Gamers, and my name is Freddy, and right here, I'm here at the Mobile Legends Bang Bang M4 World Championship at the Senayan Tennis Indoor Stadium right here. Alright, the atmosphere is electric and we're right here in between games, and we're going to be giving you some predictions as well as rankings. Now, the first series will have Falcon Esports of Myanmar taking on the King of Kings, Hiroshi, home ground favourite. Can they bounce back after a tight defeat to Blacklist 2-3? Well, I mean, we'll see, because Falcon, they didn't really have a very smooth low record as well. They have to force their way through Incendio in a 3-2 series as well. So both teams, you can say they're not at their best yet, but personally, I will still bang it on like RRQ to take this maybe 3-1 or potentially 3-2. Personally, I think RRQ has the depth. The roster is so strong and they have the home ground favorite. I mean, home ground buff, right, from the fans. If you look through like the broadcast, you know the fans are crazy, and that should be the motivation. But same can be said to Falcons, right? They've always been excelling at fighting in other people's home turf. When they were excelling in MSC as well as now, they always told the media, or when I spoke to some of their managers, they said, well, they're not really nervous. In a way, they will treat all these noises as also a way of motivation. They might be the villains here, but I think they will be able to give up a very good fight. Well, when you look at their team play, or their playing style and all that, I would say it's quite 50-50, right? Because right now the meta is kind of shift away from the assassin meta. So both Albert and Ken are pretty good assassin users, but yeah, they are versatile enough to go to fighters, if not like tank junglers. So I would say, really pay attention to this jungler showdown. Whoever that wins the retribution battle will be able to take the game. So, but at the same time, I would say that a lot of focus needs to be given to both teams' support. Like the combo of Justin as well as Naomi against Vin and Clay. Whoever they be able to set up the big fights, it's gonna be huge. Personally, I think the most contested hero will be Eve. Either it will be banned or be contested in the first phase. So whoever that gets Eve likely will get the advantage, unless their team manage to pick up Valentina as well. So this is gonna be very tight game, and I'm looking forward to it. Tell us what you think in the comments, alright? Now we have the Valley, right? North American, the Valley dude against Onyx Esports. It's kind of unfortunate that both Indonesian representatives kind of fell down to a lower bracket. This really affected the fans. You can see they're very disappointed, but they're here. They're gonna show that they will be able to bounce back. So personally, Onyx versus Valley, this is gonna be a clash of gameplay, game style, right? You have Valley that kind of group up and they're very methodical right now. To be honest, they improved so much since M3. They're no longer as chaotic. They're very clean, but at the same time, Onyx is pretty much just that as well, but better, right? They're able to switch up the hero pool. They're able to give like some fun, weird strategy at the same time. They have the depth as well as the mechanical skill to really command the game. So I would say focus definitely on Kyrie. Who else, right? Kyrie, you can say the best jungler at the moment right now. Just maybe he's lost a little bit of form in the game versus Echo, but he's able. Can he bounce back against Mobile Zane, who's arguably also one of the best tank junglers in the world right now? The showdown, the matchup is gonna be key. Whoever that wins the timing, wins all that, will be able to snowball. And at the same time, I want to also look at the mid lane matchup, right? Between either potentially Jian or if not Sans, whoever that they will be fielding tomorrow against the Valley from Hun. Hun has been, I would say, impressive in the group stage. He's not really showing up, but since dropping down the lower bracket, he's able to carry the game with his I would say bursty artillery based hero, right? If you can give him Farsa, Eve, or even like Lilia, he's able to avoid all those chaos and be able to turn the game around. So my prediction, I would still give it to Onyx. I think the local team, the home ground team, will be able to do this 3-1 and send the Valley home. Alright, now we're gonna break down the meta. We're gonna talk about some breakout heroes in M4 that, well, some of us may or may not expect these heroes to really perform, but definitely let's just look through these heroes and see. Firstly, of course, we have Carry, right? Carry the carry. Basically, undoubtedly, one of the most contested marksmen in M4. Due to the buff from the recent patch, she's just able to shred down enemy tanks, in seconds, if not milliseconds. So Carrie is able to do all this, and she has been, if I'm not mistaken, a 99% pick ban rate, so she's everywhere. And so far, you can say that her win rate is not the highest, she's probably around just close to 60%, but it's still very, very key. So a lot of us, expect her to do well, but yeah, not this well. So she's gonna really, make or break a game if you can be able to like contest or pick her. Second breakout hero, Grok. Who would have thought, Grok? Yes, he has showed up, here and there in IESF as well as MSC earlier this year and in some of the MPLs, but who have thought that Grok can command 60+% win rate, and it's also a flex pick, right? Especially when you play him in the EXP lane, you'll be able to withstand and stand up against all the other meta like EXP laners like Lapu Lapu, Yuzhong, and be able to initiate, and that wild charge will be able to counter-initiate most team fights. And yeah, I think Grok is just all solid, and you can also play Grok as a roamer. So I think, yeah, perfect breakout pick. And the next hero is gonna be Claude. We all know that, Claude will be probably in the number 2, number 3, or even number 4 marksman going to M4, but who would have thought that Claude is close to number 2 in regards to win rate? He has very high win rate, above 70% right now. Yeah, I would say it's kind of similar to Carry. You need one guy to really produce a high physical damage and it can shred down enemy defense, right? So Claude is the guy, and Claude is also excel in team fight situation. You'll be able to evade here and there. So yeah, definitely breakout character. And next hero that we have is Barat, the dinosaur rider, right? Barat is able to, I would say, maintain 100% win rate so far until this moment that we're recording. In the hands of Mobazane as well as Wise, he's unkillable, be able to counter most assassin junglers as well as high mobility heroes with his CC, with his resistance, defense, all that, and able to dominate both junglers. Yeah, pretty much unkillable right now. And last but not least, Yuzhong. Yuzhong, coming in, he's always been relevant, but to me, Yuzhong will always able to really, with the Black Dragon form, zone out enemy heroes, if not buy time, right? We've seen this time and time again. One of the key ingredients in countering a Ube strat or a group up team fight strat. So Yuzhong is really, really key, and we've been seeing Yuzhong being banned out in phase 2, if not sometimes also potentially in phase 1. So that tells you the potential as well as the prowess of the Black Dragon. Alright, the next meta trend that we're looking at is the Ube, the ultimate bonding experience, right? I mean, pioneered by the Blacklist International, defending world champion, what else to say? Ube strat has been, I would say, prevalent, very, very important in M4. Not just that, it's being adapted by Blacklist, but also by other teams, just like the Valley. You see that in Incendio Supremacy. You see the gist of that, bits of that in Echo Gaming as well as some other teams. And they have a lot of components. Basically, it's just 5-man group up, right? But the formation itself, who stays in front, who stays at the back, how do you counter protect, is just a strat that is very, very hard to solve right now. How to, in a way, break the code, right? But so most of the time that we see in all the games now, we see a lot of group up. Either you group up against each other, just like 5v5, or the other way to counter that is to split push. Make sure that you have enough pressure on different lanes and really split them up. Because sometimes when you push the wave, there's no choice but for Ube to kind of let loose a little bit. So you have a 4-1 formation, or sometimes 3-1-1, just to cover each lane. So as a split push opponent, you definitely have to play, maybe sometimes pick high mobility hero like Ling, Hayabusa, or Fanny if you can get those picks. But now we're gonna talk about assassin heroes, right? His assassin jungler seems to be falling down a bit with recent RRQ versus Blacklist as well as Toda and all that. You see that all these teams really fell down when they couldn't snowball, because with opponents they're trying to have 2 or 3 tanks competition, you're just not able to cut them down, to really wither down the defense. So ultimately they'll be grinding you through. Even though you split push, so what? If they have 1 or 2 heroes, they kind of cover the side lanes and they group up against you, you don't have the same kind of raw power to out-sustain each other. So really the question here is about timing, right? So if whichever team, say RRQ Hoshi, say Falcon, say Onyx, if they are going straight back to the assassin meta or even Granger in a similar effect, they need to prioritize on the power spikes, level 4 or sometimes like at the 2 to 6 and 7 minutes mark. They really need to snowball or at least win something, convert that to a turtle kill, convert that to a first tower kill. Otherwise, you will fall through to the Ube 5-man group up strats. We see that, so many times, and like one of the breakout team here is Incendio Sumirush here. They really learn so much from Blacklist or like from a lot of Filipino teams. Wow, to a certain extent, the discipline of the Indonesian teams as well. You see all those embodied by this Turkish representative. Yep, kudos to them. Although they fell out, then they are only managed to like finish in the top 8, but still, we see the prowess of group up. Just be together, rotate well, match the timing. So this is really, really big, and in a way, you can see that this meta is slowly to remind us about M3, right? Very similar, hard front, 2 tanks or 3 sometimes. Just soak up all the damage, allow your mage, allow your goal laner, it could be a marksman or a mage goal laner to just do all the damage, and just control. So we are now, in the final few days of M4. Tell us what do you expect? Who is your winner? Who is your champion? Tell us in the comment. Let us know, is it Blacklist? Is it this? Is it Onyx? Is it RQ? Who do you support? And at the same time, also tell us if your team's already been eliminated, but you still want to shout out them. Let us know, okay? Alright, see you guys next time.